Hi, welcome to TechCrunch, a place where we learn and earn technical skills in the most efficient way. Let's make coding fun. Swing Graphical User Interface API, JComboBox. Today we are going to present to you a live demonstration and implementation of JComboBox to present the list of options to make window-based application. Before we get into the demonstration, let's first see what is actually JComboBox. JComboBox is a type of graphical user interface which is a part of Java Swing package that inherits JComponent class and implement dependent interfaces for overriding their methods. This kind of feature shows up a pop-up menu that shows a list and the user can select an option from that specified list. JComboBox can be editable or read-only depending on the choice of the programmer. For example, when we have a kind of an administration form where we need to get the values from the user and list down the choices like name of the town, city, country for the address, or selecting the elective subjects from the student in a school management system, listing down the movies for review or for movie theater, multiplex theater, or list down all the menus in a restaurant management system. So this is the way you can use this type of feature in your application. To define and declare the JComboBox is the way we can have the public class type JComboBox, extend the JComponent class and implement item selectable, list data listener, action listener and accessible interface. So these all interfaces will help you to override their respective already written method in your JComboBox constructor so that you can use that feature in your application. The object of choice class is used to show pop-up menu of choices. So basically when we have a choice class, we can pick up the object and show it in the pop-up menu. Choice selected by user is shown on the top of a menu and it inherits the JComponent class. Now there are few mostly used methods you can use it in your application is void remove item, which is used to delete an item from the item list, remove all the items that you can use it and make it more customized and used to remove all the items from the list. Add item, you can multiple select the choices in ComboBox, used to add an item to the list. Set editable, which has the argument is a boolean type, which is used to determine whether the JComboBox is editable. Add item listener to add the item listener, and add action listener is to add action listener. Now let's take a look at the example. Here we are going to present a part of a form where we are asking user to enter their country and display it in a label. So what we are going to do, we have to first create a frame and that frame will have a window and then we'll use a label to mention what is actually this application is all about. So I'm going to mention as like a select country. Then we have the button which will display the choice the user entered, and finding the combo box will include all the stringed values, or you can have the integer values too. Sometimes we have to mention like for a user to mention number of books issued in libraries, so 1 2 3 4, those will come in an integer type. So that is also possible. So here I'm just using string type like a name of the country or combo box, and here we are creating the combo box which is final type as it is mentioned, and rest is just same. The only differences here will come is add action listener. So add action listener, you need to get the item which is user has selected and set it and return to the label. So this particular logic and the implementation has mainly done in action performed method. This is how what will happen. This when you click on this button, this will display the list of countries, and when you click on the show button, this will display the user selected New Zealand, and you can see country selected is New Zealand. So option list of different country name in combo box and display selected country in label. Now let's take a look at the demonstration. So in demonstration, particularly what we are going to do, we're going to ask user to select their city, and then that city will be displayed. Austin is selected. Now in case if the user wanted to add more city which is not listed down, that you can do it here. And in case if it is doubled or repeated, or you wanted to remove it, user can write down the text box and then select remove, and that will be removed from the list. You can see here. So add and remove feature, we can have this demonstration. Now let's take a look at the demonstration. So this is my Eclipse IDE, and I'm going to continue with my last swing project and create a class named JComboBox demo tr, and I need the main class, of course. So this is my class file, and inside the class file, first thing first, we need to, let's start from the main method. Since the compiler will start the thread from the main method, so let's start from the main method. What I'm going to do first, we have to create a frame. So new JFrame. So, and inside the JFrame, I'll just have example by TechCrunch. So it's showing error because I have not included the package. So one by one, when we start creating the so let's first create a static JFrame. Now here you can see it's showing error. That means we need to import the Java Swing frame. So this will create a frame and give the title on top of it, JComboBox demo by TechCrunch. Now next, what we need to do, we need to create a call the constructor, create a constructor. So constructor is nothing but the method of the same name of the class, and I'm just making an object of it. Suppose making JCombo equals new constructor, frame set layout, and making a layout of new flow layout, new flow layout. These things can be implemented number of ways, and this is just one of way and simple way. So here I'm going to have the string array where we are going to enter all the town names: San Jose, Chicago, Texas, and your Ohio. So these are the city names. And next, what we need to do is a combo box. So for that, we need to create another static. I'm just creating a static. The reason, we cannot change it once it is set from the user. So let's make it C1 combo box static type. And here combo box will be having the your string. So this will create your combo box. Now it's showing some error. The reason, we need to include the package, swing package. Now it is done. So once we created a frame, we created a combo box. Next, we need to get the text field so that we can have the, and the same way we create static J text field, and I think text field of F is the same. Yep, TF. So again, we need to create a declare the swing package. Now once this is done, so we created a frame, we created a combo box. Now we created a text field, and the text field also supposed to be included in the string. So some kind of integer that will set the size of the text field. Now next, we need to create button for adding the new string in the list. So that will have the argument or the string which you wanted to write on the top of the button. So J button, and another is for remove. B1 is for remove button. You can have more buttons like add all or remove all or edit all. So for now I'm just giving 2 examples. B, now next is need to add the action listener, and string will be your okay, this is reason we need to extend and implement the item listeners and action listener. Now there are some errors. We need to include the package. See? So next, again we need to have another button, b1.add action listener, and the argument will be your JCombo again. And when the buttons have added in the frame, next is we need to include checkbox, combo box. So for that, C1 dot add action listener and your combo argument. So we have included text field. Next we need to create a label so that that label can set up in your frame to more organized and structured type of application. Select your city. L1 equals to new label, city selected. So we need to just mention some kind of by default selected city so that it will be more presentable for the user. Now it's showing error. The reason, the J label. We need to include J label package. And another issue is here we need to have the static label object. So L and L1. So you see. Now once this is done, the next step is we need to create a more colorful or some better kind of display, so that will help you to look more different and enter the new value. So what you can do is color something different so that it will be visible to the user that what actually he selected. Next is JPanel. JPanel will help you to create a block and include all the layout objects you created in your frame. So what we are going to do here, in JPanel we created the button, we created the text box and the frame. So action performed method is already implemented here. So we just need to add the logic here. So this is the feature of the IDE that will help you to create more precisely. So first in a sequence form. So panel will have including the object in a sequence form. First we wanted to display the label. Next we wanted to create a checkbox or the combo box. Then we need to add the combo box. So JC1. Then we have to have the label. The user has selected that label. So that is basically L1. Now after that we need to add your text box where user can add write the city and wanted to add or delete from the list. This can be included in the database. Once you using the JDBC, you can also include it. Then what will happen, this object can be retrieved from the database and display all the list in the column or any specific choices you have in your table. That will be displayed directly to the combo box, and user can add and delete directly and access to the database. Because here we are just giving the static values, the constant values, but basically in database that will be more dynamic and more real-time kind of project you can create. This is just an example flow layout. So basically this will set out the layout of the frame, and next we need to create the panel, add the panel in your layout. Now next you need to make sure you want to set size or set resizable, or what you wanted to add more feature in your frame, that you can do it. I'm just giving right now, just putting some values and show. So this will display your, it is deprecated, so it will not make any difference if you want to add and not doesn't want to add. The next main thing what we need to do is we need to include our action performed method. So for action performed method, what we need to do, we just consider some string the user is going to select and getting the value from the get action command and passing the argument of action event like this, and defining inside this method if in case your s is equals add. So if user select add button, then that string will basically add in your checkbox. Add item, text box will have add here. Now else remove, because there are only two choices, so else you can remove it. So c1 dot remove it, whatever the string you have. Now the error is here because maybe we need to include some package remove argument. Oh, we don't have any argument here. Oh yeah, this is an extra. I think I was doing it with the constructor. Okay, we don't need the. Now once this is done, the next step we need to have our override the method of your item state changed. So what will happen here, in case of combo box, we can have the select the user get source method equals the check combo box value. The state will be changed. So label 1, whatever the user select, that string will be displayed in the label. The state has changed. So in that case, get selected item from the combo box, that particular string will be selected, the country is selected, user selected this country. So this is what the format we can have it here. So this is the implementation of JComboBox with a small example where we have included combo box, button, frame, label, panel, text field. And here let's take a look at the execution. So this is a Java based application, so we'll see the console. JCombo example, Swing Graphical User Interface API. So user select the city, I selected Austin, and it will display here. And if I see the list, I don't see my city, Ohio. So what I can add, HIO, Ohio, and add. So you can see it is added here in the last. Now suppose I added thrice. Now I wanted to delete one. So if you see the next, so this is deleted. San Francisco, or you can add more, something like called Georgia. Add. This will be added in the last of the list. So when it comes to the JDBC, what you can see, you can call this object from the JDBC using the JDBC to the table and get the values and display it in the combo box in the list form like this. So this is what the example and the demonstration of JComboBox using Java Swing Graphical User Interface API. Homework time. A practice project for hands-on experience. Design and develop Swing Graphical User Interface API based Java application form to make list of add, remove books in library management system. So what you can do, the user select the book Python Java like this, and when the user selected a particular book title, that will be selected here and added in your account to issue. Something like that kind of feature you can add in your application. And if in case if it is not added and the admin wanted to add in the account that you are having this book which is not mentioned in the list, you can add it in a list by typing in a text field and adding. And when you return the book, you can remove it also from the account. What else you can do here to make an alert boxes for the user like this, something like this. You select the book Hibernate, and when you select, it will give you the dialog box. You selected the book Hibernate, and then further you can add or remove or have more features. Suppose I don't want the net embedded system in this list, so I can remove this. You won't be find the embedded system in the list. So this feature can be added to provide an alert box or alert for the user that we are going to remove this book from your account or adding in your account to confirmed from the user. So this type of feature can be used in your application. In case of any questions, concerns, and assistance needed and source code, please feel free to contact techcrunch2019@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more upcoming interesting and upcoming informative sessions. Let's make coding fun. Thank you.